Robbie was utterly destroyed by the death of his girlfriend Amy in a car crash. Refusing to let her go, he decides to perform a deadly ritual that will allow him to communicate with Amy one more time. He is joined by 3 friends who are tempted by the chance to see their own deceased loved ones. However, the rules of the ritual are strict, and if anything goes wrong, the punishment will be death for all participants. These days, no one is surprised by horror anthologies. The trend was popularized for modern audiences by the VHS franchise, but the first horror films composed of several short stories appeared long ago. For instance, the 80s had classics like Creepshow, Twilight Zone the movie, and Cat's Eye. Actually, such projects were being filmed as early as the dawn of cinema. The first is considered to be the German film Eerie Tales from 1919, while the foundational one was the British anthology Dead of Night from 1919-1945. The Red Book ritual Gates of Hell is also a horror anthology, but with a caveat. The thing is, out of the 6 short films it consists of, only one, the framing story about Robbie and Amy, was made specifically for this project. To be more precise, it is the project. All the others are completely random short films added to pad the runtime to feature length, united by nothing but the horror genre. They aren't even new. Almost all of them were made in the 2000s, and all but one, the award-winning surreal horror Tranvia, are available to watch in their original form, completely for free on YouTube. Since the authors of these shorts had no common goal and were simply, let's say, expressing themselves through their art, Gates of Hell lacks a unified concept. The films follow one another with no clear logic and even intrude upon the framing story in a completely chaotic manner, sometimes right in the middle of a scene. If considered separately as standalone works, there are no masterpieces or even must-sees among them. However, the first story, Otherkin, made for just $20,000, boasts the participation of Georgina Campbell, the star of Barbarian, The Watchers, and Bird Box Barcelona. The final Swedish short, Mystery Box, is probably the most effective in terms of pure horror. Tranvia can be recommended to fans of phantasmagorical horror, where the narrative is driven not by plot, but by expressive and striking imagery. As for the very story that this whole thing was created for, the one about the ritual to summon the dead, it is unfortunately the weakest of the bunch. It's a generic and formulaic scary story where the characters act like complete idiots. After carefully listening to all the rules of conduct during the ritual, and understanding that the punishment for a mistake is death, they still try to get up and leave for absolutely no reason. Then again, you can understand them. You'll probably also feel the urge to get up and walk out immediately more than once while watching Gates of Hell. The good thing is, you can just turn off a bad movie without any consequences.